Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show, and it's time to take a look at Hume netball. And Carla Fletcher, our resident expert, joins me on the line. Great to be with you again, Carla. How are you? You keeping warm?
Yes, we are. It's a little bit cold over here at the moment, and it's a drizzly, rainy day, but that's all good. It is winter.
It most certainly is winter. Carla, we'll take a look at all the games last weekend, starting with Osborne winning 68-22 against Lockhart. Absolutely no surprises there.
Yeah, no, look, Osborne came out strong in the first quarter, and look, they just kept playing that way for the rest of the game, and they celebrated a great win for their coach Sally Hunter's 100th game. Lockhart welcomed back Ruby Buffler, and that was great to have her in the circle, and she really worked well with Maddie Robinson. Lockhart were up against some tall opposition in defence, but Carly Pierce really used her speed and agility and played a fantastic game, and the awards for Osborne went to their coach Sally in her 100th game, and to Gabby O'Connell, who had a great game in the mid-court.
Very well done to Sally. What a great servant. Moving along, Billabong Crows, a very needed confidence-boosting win for them against Henty. Again, no one would have really seen any other type of result happening here, Carla.
Every player who took to the court, they played their role well, and it was great to see. Paige was really pleased with the girls' effort.
Well, I'll tell you what's really interesting here, Carla, and it seems that we keep getting this. Jindera, they just keep being challenged, and on this occasion it was the Giants away from home, so you wouldn't have thought it, but Jindera, less than 10 goals in the end is what required them to win the game. That goal attacking percentage would surely be worrying them heading into the business end there, Carla.
Yeah, look, Jindera are down a few key players in their attack end, and, it was a pretty hard-fought match, and, I think everyone was really surprised with the result of this game, and the Giants were pretty sad going down by only 9 goals, but it just shows, that if you go out there every week and try your best, you don't know what you're coming up against, and they would be really pleased with their effort. Best on court for the Giants went to Vivian Venisi in wing defence. She had an amazing game, and also to Priya Cole-Hagan for a great game in the centre, and Brittany Higgins also played well in defence. Jindera's best players were Ellen Cook and Taylor Bogle, with Emma Harley playing her first game in A grade. So, Jindera also recognised some milestones on their weekend as well. Maggie Milthor played her 100th game, Shana Holland ticked over 300 games, and Paula Carr ticked over 500 games for Jindera on the weekend, so that's fantastic.
Brocklesby, Burrumbuttock and Culcan in a 48-all draw. Carla, is this our first draw of the season?
I think so. Looking back, it's pretty tough to get a draw in A grade, and it was a pretty fast game to start off with, and the Saints were able to reel Culcan back quarter by quarter, and look, the Saints girls were up by about 4 goals with about 2.5 minutes to go, and they just let Culcan back into the game. And their awards went to Jemima Dunstan in wing defence and Sophie O'Connor goal defence, and also their centre Michaela had a really good game. And Culcan players, Olivia Brunner just keeps being mentioned every week. She's playing some great netball. Stephanie Cook and Kayla Wright.
Holbrook just keep on keeping on. 39-27 was the final score there in their game against CDHBU. You'll have to watch out for Holbrook, because even those top-tier teams are going to potentially find that they're a bit of a banana peel type of side with all the form they're in right now, Carla.
Yeah, look, and they seem to be playing some nice netball. They had some full-court pressure across the whole court, and they managed to get some turnovers in the first quarter, and they just continued to be focused for the remainder of the game. And, they've come away with a really good win. Best players for Holbrook were Jess Rowe in centre and Claire Marriott in goalkeeper. And for CDHBU, Ava Fibb in wing defence, Courtney Haig, goalkeeper, and Rebecca Cuser in wing defence. They all had good games for the Power.
How long also going well this season? 42-31 the final score as they beat Murray Magpies. At least the Magpies keeping them honest, Carla, but a good, handy win for how long?
Yeah, look, Hannah Asai, was one of the best players for Magpies, and she ended up playing at both ends of the court, in goal defence and goal shooter, and also Kira Nixon had a great game in centre. And how long? Look, they're just continuing. They're just doing what they need to do each week, and they're putting on a great presence on the court. And their best players were Gemma Coburn in wing defence and Jess Lane in goal attack.
All right, Carla, let's quickly race through the games happening tomorrow. First one, Culcan Holbrook. You'd be fancying the away side, I assume.
Yeah, look, I think both teams are doing really well and they're up there in the top six. But, I think Holbrook have just been a little bit more consistent. So I'm going for Holbrook this weekend.
At the very least, Jindera will be edging out CDHBU. Say whether you agree with me there or not.
Yeah, I think so. Jindera's got a lot of depth across all their senior grades. So I'm sure they're more than capable of filling any positions or spots that are not full this weekend. So Jindera, yeah.
Lockhart will not be good enough as the Billabong Crows come into town there, Carla?
Yeah, no, I think Billabong Crows, they're also playing some really nice netball, and they've been on a bit of a winning streak for the last few games. So I think the Crows will, account for Lockhart on the weekend.
Brocklesby, Burren Buttock Saints, they'll be frustrated after that draw last week. They'll be wanting to make amends against Henty.
Yeah, I think, they'll try and get a win back on the court, but I'm sure the Henty girls will be working really hard to try and get a win on the weekend. But I think the Saints might do it on Saturday.
I think you've tipped the away sides in the last two fixtures. Osborne up against Murray Magpies and How Long up against the Giants, Carla.
Yes, I think both of those two teams that are travelling, I think they're playing some great netball. So I think Osborne over the Magpies and How Long over the Giants, who they did have a great game against Jindera last week.
All right, Carla Fletcher, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the netball.
Thanks, fellas.